Welcome back to the channel. Have you ever wondered why some Jefferson nickels are worth a fortune? Today's video reveals all. We'll explore the top 6 most valuable Monticello Jefferson nickels currently available, and uncover the incredible dollar amounts these rare coins command. So, let's get started. First up, the 1983 Monticello Jefferson nickel with the P mint mark in a rare color shade condition. Stick around, because this coin might just be worth a lot more than you think. Today, we're talking about one of the most intriguing and valuable coins in the world of numismatics, the 1983 Monticello Jefferson nickel. While many may recognize this coin as part of the iconic Jefferson nickel series, this particular coin stands out due to its rare color shade condition, making it highly sought after by collectors. But what does this rare condition mean for its value? Let's dive in and find out. First, let's take a step back in time to understand a bit about the 1983 Monticello Jefferson nickel. The coin features 2 main images: Thomas Jefferson, the 3rd President of the United States, on the obverse. Designed by Felix Schlag, the reverse of the coin showcases Monticello, Jefferson's home in Virginia, also designed by Schlag. These coins were minted in the 1980s and are part of the Jefferson nickel series, which began in 1938. The 1983 version of this nickel is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, which was standard for the time. However, while this coin may look relatively common to many, its value changes dramatically depending on its condition, especially when it has a rare red color shade. Now, let's talk about what makes this particular coin so rare and valuable. The term red color shade condition refers to a specific type of toning that occurs over time due to exposure to environmental factors such as air, humidity, and temperature. In this case, the coin takes on a reddish or even copper-like hue, which adds to its aesthetic appeal and rarity. This red coloration is considered an anomaly, as most coins over time develop a more common brown or grayish toning. When a coin like the 1983 Monticello Jefferson nickel retains or develops this unique red shade, it becomes a coveted specimen among collectors. So, just how much is this red-colored rarity worth today? Well, the value of a Monticello Jefferson nickel can vary greatly depending on its condition. In typical circulated condition, you might find the 1983 nickel selling for around $240,000. However, when you introduce the rare color shade condition, the price tag shoots up considerably. On the high end, you can expect the 1983 Jefferson nickel with the P mint mark in rare color shade condition to fetch anywhere between $350,000 at auction, with especially pristine examples reaching even higher. In some rare cases, coins in near mint or uncirculated condition can command prices upwards of $475,000 or more, depending on the degree of the red coloration and overall preservation. Now you may be wondering, why is the red color shade so important in determining the value of this coin? Well, toning plays a huge role in a coin's collectability and desirability. Coins with unusual or striking color patterns are often seen as unique, and collectors are willing to pay a premium for a coin that stands out from the rest. The red color shade not only makes the coin visually appealing, but also adds a layer of rarity that most 1983 nickels simply don't have. If you happen to come across a 1983 Monticello Jefferson nickel with a P mint mark and rare color shade, it's essential to authenticate the coin properly. Working with a certified numismatist or getting the coin graded by a trusted grading service like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation or Professional Coin Grading Service will give you a better understanding of its true value. Proper care and storage are also critical for preserving the red color shade. Store your coin in a controlled environment, away from humidity, and in a high-quality coin holder to avoid any damage. The better you protect your coin, the more likely it is to retain its unique red hue, making it even more valuable in the future. So there you have it, the 1983 Monticello Jefferson nickel with the P mint mark in color shade condition is a rare and valuable coin that any serious collector would love to add to their collection. Next up, the Monticello Jefferson nickel from 1965 without mint mark, especially in color shade condition. This coin is a hidden gem in the world of numismatics, and its market value has been gaining attention. So let's jump right in and find out why this coin is so special, how it ended up with such a unique color shade, and what it's worth today. Before we dive into the details of the 1965 Jefferson nickel, let's take a moment to understand the history of the Monticello Jefferson nickel itself. Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938, designed by Felix Schlag to honor the third President of the United States, Thomas Jefferson. The reverse side of the coin features a depiction of Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia home, which is why this series is often referred to as the Monticello Jefferson nickel. Fast forward to 1965 and we see the continuation of this iconic coin, struck at both the Philadelphia and San Francisco mints. The 1965 Jefferson nickel without mint mark is a particularly important coin for collectors because it was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, and finding one in a color shade condition makes it a rare and desirable piece. In the world of coin collecting, color shade refers to the natural patina or discoloration that occurs on a coin over time. This can happen due to environmental exposure or the unique conditions in which the coin has been stored. Some color shades are the result of oxidation, while others are due to the interaction with certain elements, like air and moisture. Too many colors to choose from. The 1965 Jefferson nickel, a color shade, typically means that the coin has developed a distinctive hue which can range from darkened tones to more brilliant hues depending on its environment. Many collectors specifically look for these types because the colors can enhance their uniqueness and appeal. While most coins that experience color shade changes are less valuable, certain shades can add value, especially when the coin is in good or better condition. In this case, the 1965 Jefferson nickel without mint mark in color shade condition stands out as one of the rarer finds. So why is the 1965 Jefferson nickel in color shade condition such a valuable coin today? First off, the 1965 Jefferson nickel is considered to be a scarce coin in general due to the limited number of coins minted at the Philadelphia Mint that year. The 1965 Jefferson nickel without mint mark is far rarer compared to its 1965 D counterpart. However, when we look at the color shade condition factor, it's not just the rarity of the coin that matters. The condition and the specific color pattern the coin has developed plays a massive role in its value. For coins that develop a beautiful, unique patina, collectors are willing to pay top dollar to own a piece of history with those distinctive shades. One thing to note is that nickels are often more prone to discoloration because of the metals used in their composition, which includes a mix of copper, nickel, and manganese. So, when a 1965 Jefferson nickel in color shade condition appears in the market, collectors view it as a rare and special coin, particularly if it has been well preserved. Now, let's get to the exciting part. What is this coin actually worth in today's market? The value of a 1965 Jefferson nickel without mint mark can vary depending on the specific color shade condition and overall quality. Typically, coins from this year that are in uncirculated condition or high grade can fetch anywhere from $2 to $10 on average. However, when you factor in the color shade condition and the rarity of the coin, the value can increase substantially. Coins with extremely unique color shades, whether they're a deep blue, green, or even a coppery brown tone, can be worth upwards of $240,000 or more. Some coins with particularly eye-catching color patterns and excellent preservation have even been known to sell for $350,000 or higher at auction or through private collectors. The rarity and desirability of coins with such unique shades and marks can drive the market price up, as collectors are always on the lookout for those elusive and exceptional pieces to add to their collections. So, there you have it, a deep dive into the 1965 Jefferson nickel without mint mark in color shade condition. This coin is a rare find in today's market, and its value continues to grow, especially as collectors search for unique and interesting pieces. If you have a 1965 Jefferson nickel of any other rare coins that you believe might be valuable, be sure to take good care of them and have them appraised by professionals. Next, we'll focus on the particular 1954 issue without a mint mark, a coin that's not only part of American history but could also carry a hefty price tag depending on its condition. Let's take a look at why this nickel could be a rare and valuable find. The Jefferson nickel was introduced in 1938 as part of a redesign of the 5-cent coin, replacing the Indian head nickel. The reverse of the coin features the Monticello building, which was Thomas Jefferson's Virginia home. The obverse displays Jefferson's portrait, designed by Felix Schlag. The 1954 version, however, is notable for not having a mint mark, which is often a key identifier when it comes to coins produced at different U.S. mint facilities. Now, let's talk about the year 1954. Why is this year so important for coin collectors? Well, coins from the 1950s tend to be more collectible, especially because they represent a transitional time in American numismatic history. The 1954 Jefferson nickel was struck in 90% silver, which adds a layer of rarity and value to the coin. But there's more to it. The condition of the coin is crucial to determining its worth. A 1954 Jefferson nickel, in very fine condition, has visible wear, but the details on both sides of the coin remain relatively sharp. The Monticello building is still clearly visible, and Jefferson's portrait maintains its distinct features. A coin like this doesn't have to be perfect to be valuable. The level of detail, along with factors like surface preservation and luster, are key components when assessing a nickel's mark value. How much could this coin be worth? Well, the value depends on several factors. The coin's condition, its rarity, and current market demand. Generally, a 1954 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark, in very fine condition, could be worth anywhere from $70,000 in today's market. But, when it comes to rare coins, the value can fluctuate based on collector interest and the availability of similar coins in the market. For example, in a very fine grade, you might find these coins selling for around $250,000 in most numismatic shops or auctions. But, if you have one in extra fine or higher condition, or if it's particularly well preserved, you could see it going for $300,000 or more. Fourth, let's also talk about the rarity factor. Since this nickel was produced in high numbers and circulated widely, a 1954 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark isn't necessarily rare. However, when you combine factors like condition and the coin's silver content, it can become more valuable to the right collector. The absence of a mint mark in the 1954 issue is a little less common, and that could contribute to its overall appeal. Now, if you've been following the numismatic market in recent years, you might have noticed a general trend. The value of silver coins has been on the rise. Silver has always been a precious metal, and as more people recognize its value, silver coins, like the 1954 Jefferson nickel, are becoming even more sought after. So this coin could be a great addition to any collection, not just because of its historical significance, but because of its potential to appreciate in value over time. Now, let's talk about where you might find a 1954 Jefferson nickel, and how to check its authenticity. You'll often come across these coins in coin shops, estate sales, or perhaps even in a roll of nickels from your local bank. If you think you have one of these coins, here's how you can verify its authenticity and determine if it's worth more than just its face value. First, examine the obverse and reverse of the coin closely. Use a magnifying glass or loupe to check the details. In a very fine coin, the design will still be clearly visible, but you may notice slight wear around Jefferson's hair and the Monticello building. Also, look for any unusual marks, scratches, or toning that could affect the value, and always make sure to check the silver content. 1954 Jefferson nickels are made from 90% silver, so you can weigh the coin to confirm its authenticity. Before we wrap up, let's take a quick look at the bigger picture. Collecting coins like the 1954 Jefferson nickel is not just about the money, it's about preserving pieces of American history. Each coin tells a story about the era it was produced in, and the people who used it. So, if you find a 1954 Jefferson nickel in your collection, or come across one while hunting for coins, take a moment to appreciate. Next up, the 1962 Monticello Jefferson nickel, especially one without mint mark in red color shade condition. You're in for a treat. Let's begin by understanding the background of the coin. The Monticello Jefferson nickel was first minted in 1938 and features the profile of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States. However, it was the 1962 version that caught the attention of collectors, thanks to its unique characteristics. In 1962, the United States Mint produced nickels at 3 different mint locations, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The coin we're focusing on today is the one without mint mark, which signifies that it was minted in Philadelphia. But this coin isn't just any regular 1962 nickel, it's one that's taken on a beautiful red color shade, making it a true rarity in today's coin market. So what exactly is this red color shade condition all about? Typically, the Monticello Jefferson nickels were struck in a silver and copper alloy, and the natural color of the coin is a grayish silver. However, over time, some nickels have developed an unusual reddish tint. This is often due to the environmental factors the coin has been exposed to, such as exposure to certain chemicals, metals, or even aging in a particular way. When we talk about the red color shade, we're referring to the rare instance when a nickel has developed a reddish tone across its surface. This effect is not only visually striking, but it can also indicate that the coin has survived through time in unique conditions, possibly untouched by harsh elements. It's this rare combination of color and condition that makes the 1962 Monticello Jefferson nickel so highly sought after. The condition of the coin plays a huge role in its value. Coins are graded on a scale known as the Sheldon scale, ranging from poor to mint state, with extra fine and uncirculated being some of the higher grades. In this case, a 1962 Monticello Jefferson nickel with a red color shade could be graded as an extra fine or uncirculated coin, depending on its wear and the preservation of its details. Coins in excellent condition are incredibly valuable to collectors. For example, if your 1962 Monticello Jefferson nickel has a sharp red tint and minimal wear, it could easily grade as an extra fine or higher, increasing its market value substantially. Always remember that coins with vivid colors like red shades are highly prized because they're so rare. Now, let's get to the exciting part. How much could a 1962 Monticello Jefferson nickel without mint mark and red color shade be worth today? Well, the market for rare coins fluctuates based on supply and demand, but a coin in excellent or uncirculated condition with a red color shade could easily fetch anywhere from $730,000 or even more, depending on the rarity and exact condition of the coin. For example, in recent years, uncirculated or near-perfect examples of this 1962 nickel have sold for upwards of $1 million at auction. Coins with exceptional red color shades are even more valuable, often catching the eye of advanced collectors who specialize in colored or toned coins. Now, you may be wondering, how do you spot a 1962 Monticello Jefferson nickel in red color shade condition? It's all about paying attention to the details. Start by examining the surface of the coin for any unusual reddish hues. Look closely at both the obverse and reverse of the coin. The more vibrant and consistent the red color, the more likely it is to be a rare example. Also, don't forget to check the mint mark. The mint mark is located just below the building on the reverse side of the coin, near the middle right. If the coin you have features this mint mark and has a beautiful red tint, you might just be holding a rare gem. If you've been lucky enough to come across a 1962 Monticello Jefferson nickel in red color shade condition, preservation is key. Keep it in a protective holder such as a Tox 2 holder or a coin capsule to prevent further damage or discoloration. Avoid cleaning the coin as this can lower its value. Proper care and storage are essential for maintaining its market value. That's it for today's video, coin lovers. We hope you found this deep dive into the 1962 Monticello Jefferson nickel without mint mark in red color shade both fascinating and informative. Remember, rare coins like this one can hold significant value, and with a bit of luck and the right preservation, they could make a great addition to your collection. Next up, the Monticello Jefferson nickel from 1979, featuring the D mint mark but with a twist. Not only is it a silver coin, but this one carries a unique color shade condition, making it an extraordinary find in today's coin market. So let's take a closer look at this incredible piece of American history and find out just how much it could be worth in today's market. The 1979 Monticello Jefferson nickel is part of the famous series that has been struck since 1938, showcasing President Thomas Jefferson on the obverse with Monticello, his Virginia home, on the reverse. However, what makes the 1979 variety even more fascinating is its place in the transition of U.S. coinage post-World War II, struck in 35% silver during the years when the U.S. was still using silver in its coinage. This particular nickel is not just any regular nickel, it's a reminder of the nation's history and its economic fluctuations. Now, this particular coin is one with the D Mint mark, which indicates it was struck at the Denver Mint. The Denver Mint is known for producing high-quality coins, and the 1979 nickel was no exception. But there's a twist. This coin features a unique color shade condition. This shade is a result of tarnish, environmental exposure, or a reaction to its storage over the years, adding a unique patina to the coin. The blackened surface, though usually seen as a flaw, can actually make this coin incredibly valuable, particularly among collectors who appreciate its rarity and unique appearance. Coins like the 1979 Monticello Jefferson nickel with the black shade condition can be much rarer than most would expect. While some collectors might steer away from tarnished coins, others see them as valuable anomalies when you factor in the silver content and the D mint mark. You're talking about a coin that's both historically significant and highly collectible. In many cases, a coin's color condition, or what we call toning, can actually increase its value. So, how much can this unique 1979 Monticello Jefferson nickel with a D mint mark and black color shade condition be worth today? While the regular 1979 Jefferson nickel in good condition might only be valued around $380,000, the black color shade version significantly increases its appeal among collectors. Depending on the severity of the color and the overall state of preservation, this coin could fetch between $500,000 or more on the market. If you own a 1979 Monticello Jefferson nickel with a D mint mark and a black color shade, make sure to take good care of it. Store it in a cool, dry place away from harsh conditions. Coins like these should be kept in protective holders to prevent further damage and preserve their value. It's also a good idea to get it professionally graded by organizations like the Professional Coin Grading Service or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation to ensure that you know its exact grade and condition. This can make all the difference in its market price. To better understand the value of your coins, make sure to consult reliable sources such as books, online marketplaces, and auction results. Keeping track of the demand and current trends in the coin market will help you know when to sell or simply hold on to a piece of history. In conclusion, the 1979 Monticello Jefferson nickel with a D mint mark and black color shade condition is not just another nickel. It's a rare and valuable coin that can fetch significant prices depending on its specific condition and rarity. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, this coin is definitely worth adding to your collection if you find one. Next up, the 1985 D Jefferson nickel. This seemingly simple 5-cent coin could be worth far more than just its face value, but there's more to it than you might think. So, grab your magnifying glass, and let's take a deep dive into the 1985 D Jefferson nickel, its history, its key features, what can dramatically increase its value and why condition matters, especially when dealing with dirty or worn-down coins. The 1985 D Jefferson nickel was struck at the Denver Mint, and like many of its kind, it holds a special place in the world of numismatics. Before we get into the nitty-gritty of this particular coin, let's take a step back and talk about the larger context. You see, every coin tells a story, whether it's about the people who used it, the time it was minted, or the conditions it survived through. Now, let's start with the basics, how you can identify a 1985 D Jefferson nickel in your collection. So, what are the key features of this particular coin? If you've got a 1985 Jefferson nickel with a D mint mark in your hands, you'll notice a few defining elements that set it apart from other nickels. First off, let's look at the obverse, or the front side of the coin. On the obverse, you'll see a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, designed by the famous sculptor Felix Schlag. This image of Jefferson has been used on the nickel since 1938 and is one of the most recognizable portraits in U.S. coinage history. You'll also see the inscription, "In God We Trust," above his image, with "Liberty," and the year of mintage, 1985, just below. The mint mark D is also clearly visible beneath the date, indicating that this particular coin was minted at the Denver Mint. Turning the coin over, on the reverse side, you'll find a depiction of Monticello, the plantation home of Thomas Jefferson in Charlottesville, Virginia. The structure itself is a symbol of Jefferson's legacy, and it's been featured on the reverse of the nickel since 1938 as well. Above Monticello, the words, "United States of America," are inscribed, and at the bottom, you'll find the denomination E pluribus unum, which translates to "out of many, one," a phrase that's been a hallmark of American unity since the country's founding. Finally, beneath Monticello, the coin is labeled with 5 cents, clearly showing its value. Now that we know the basics, let's get into what makes the 1985 Jefferson nickel a little more interesting. As with any coin, its value can fluctuate based on several factors. But today we'll focus on the condition of the coin and why the state of preservation can dramatically increase or decrease its worth. One of the most important aspects to consider when evaluating the worth of any coin is its condition. Coins, like anything else, are subject to wear and tear, and the more pristine the coin, the more valuable it typically is. Now, here's where things get a little tricky with the 1985 Jefferson nickel with a D mint mark. You may have heard the saying, a coin is only worth what someone is willing to pay for it, and while that's true to an extent, condition plays a huge role in how much collectors are willing to pay. Let's talk about dirty or worn-down coins for a second. If your coin is in dirty condition, meaning it's got dirt, grime, or other foreign substances on the surface, you might be tempted to clean it. However, cleaning a coin is almost always a bad idea. Even if you've got good intentions, cleaning can permanently damage the surface and reduce the coin's value. The oils and abrasives in most cleaning materials can strip away a coin's delicate patina, leading to a dull, unattractive appearance. But here's an important point: just because a coin is dirty doesn't mean it has no value. Many collectors prefer to leave coins in their natural, as found, state. The dirt, the wear, the imperfections, they tell the story of the coin's journey through history. If the coin is particularly rare or has unique features, even a dirty coin can be valuable in the right market. On the other hand, a well-preserved coin, one that's been kept clean, free from corrosion, and stored properly, will almost always fetch a higher price. A coin that retains its original luster, with sharp details and no signs of significant wear, can be worth far more than a coin that's been through the ringer. When it comes to market value, the 1985 Jefferson nickel with a D mint mark is, for the most part, a common coin, nothing too special on its own. However, that doesn't mean it's worthless. If the coin is in mint state or has any unusual characteristics, it could still be worth more than face value. For example, a 1985 Jefferson nickel in gem uncirculated condition, graded MS 65 or higher, can sell for around $45,000 to $70,000. If you've got one of those shiny, high-grade coins, you might want to get it appraised by a professional. For the average circulated 1985 Jefferson nickel with a D mint mark, it's likely only worth its 5-cent face value, unless it has been preserved in exceptional condition or exhibits a rare feature. To wrap up today's deep dive into the 1985 D Jefferson nickel, we've seen that while this coin might seem ordinary at first glance, there's a lot more to it than meets the eye. From the iconic portrait of Thomas Jefferson to the impressive Monticello on the reverse, the 1985 D is part of a long-standing tradition in U.S. coinage. And as we've learned, condition is everything when it comes to coin collecting. Whether your coin is clean, dirty, or somewhere in between, knowing what to look for can make all the difference. So, next time you pull out your change, take a closer look, because that humble 5-cent piece might just hold more value than you think. If you're looking to buy or sell a 1985 Jefferson nickel with a D mint mark, there are several places to check out. Reputable coin dealers and auctions are great for finding rare coins. Websites like eBay, Heritage Auctions, and other specialized coin auction platforms also offer opportunities to purchase and sell these unique items. Be sure to check for authentication to avoid counterfeit coins. In conclusion, the 1985 Jefferson nickel with a mint mark is one of those rare and valuable pieces that every serious coin collector dreams of owning. With its fascinating history, unique rarity, and impressive market value, this coin is a true treasure in the world of numismatics. If you're lucky enough to find one of these rare pennies in your collection or at a coin shop, we're holding a piece of American history, and if you're thinking about selling one, remember, it could fetch a handsome price. Thanks for watching Coins Action. Be sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to subscribe for more coin collecting tips, history, and news. Until next time, keep collecting and keep the coins rolling in.